wasn't able to continue. Jeffrey Hurlings, a rare sighting of Hurlings, leading through the first couple of corners. Fernandez second. Siwa came in for some running repairs, went back out, rejoined the race. He will be going to the line in 22nd place. Up front though, Jeffrey Hurlings, Ruben Fernandez, Jorge Prado, who'd found his way on the opening lap past the 2.59 of Glenn Koldenoff. That was him there in 4th position. Albi Ferrato was next in 5th. This was the move that Prado put on Koldenoff to get himself into 3rd. You can see how different the racetrack was as well. It was hard and slick in some places. A lot of stones coming to the fore, soft in others. A mistake on the landing, another mistake here. That allowed Prado to get the better of Ruben Fernandez as he went into 2nd, and then he went after Jeffrey Hurlings. Fernandez eventually settled for 3rd for Team HRC. Koldenoff, Monster Energy Yamaha, came home in 4th. As you can see, no one really challenging. At that moment, Roman Fevre was behind Alberto Ferrato as they battled over 5th place, but Fevre did find his way past at the end of the wave section into 5th. Ferrato there in 6th. Later on in the race, about 3 laps to go, Calvin Verlander and Kevin Hart got the better of Benoit Paturel on the Debarts Yamaha. Those two coming home in 7th and 8th place. This is how close it was going into the final jump on the final lap between Hurlings and Prado, but it was Hurlings who hung on to take his first Ram qualifying race victory of the season from Prado and Fernandez. And of course, coming into this weekend, Jorge Prado was 24 points clear, but he's now 23 points clear. Staggered point system. So Prado on 3.51, Hurlings on 3.28. Those two separated by 23 points. Roman Fevre has lost a position to Ruben Fernandez, so those two look a couple of points apart. Siwa, no points in the race. And yeah, Verlander and Koldenoff, Guadagnini, no change for them in the championship chase either. But the World Championship points, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go to the World Championship, which is why we're showing you these points now. Jeffrey Hurlings, Red Bull KTM, had a bit of a interesting second race in France, didn't he? Last time out. You breathe out, Albi. Couple of deep breaths there for the big man. Just waiting for the riders to get the signal to line up behind the gate. Umbrellas at the ready. Ruben Fernandez there and Glenn Koldenoff. I got a message from, because during the qualifying race yesterday, I asked the question, has Jorge Prado done something different? Because he was up for the fight yesterday. Jeffrey Hurlings lines up on pole from Jorge Prado, Ruben Fernandez, Glenn Koldenoff, Roman Fevre, and the rest. But I asked the question because we're not used to seeing Jorge Prado, and obviously said it quite a bit over the course of the year, gets a good start, wins a race, standard. Doesn't make a good start, finds it difficult to come through. Yesterday, though, he turned that, he flipped that on its head. He came from 5th to 4th, got onto the rear wheel of Jeffrey Hurlings and pushed him all the way to the flag. And I asked the question, you know, something has changed, or, you know, what has changed? Got a text this morning from Joel Smets basically saying he moved back to Belgium during the winter. He's training him, and it's just showing him some of that fighting spirit. So the Flemish Lion taking care of business for Jorge Prado. Spirit today. There is the number 61. Interesting yesterday was that these two riders let Ruben Fernandez have gate number 1 on the inside, and it was Ruben Fernandez who just muscled his way through that first turn. See that he's on the outside of those two for the start of this one, so maybe a little bit experimenting going on for Prado and Hurlings yesterday. Glenn Koldenoff, a 2-time winner around here, lines up for his 200th Grand Prix start this weekend. And Roman Fevre, Kawasaki Racing Team, 5th, but by the time he got there, everybody else was long gone. Calvin Verlanderen had a big crash yesterday at the end of the waves onto the face of the city jump, cross-rutted, and it pitched him over the bars. I saw the back end of it, and he showed me the video of it yesterday in the restaurant. But he's okay. Alberto Ferrato, SM Action Racing Team USA battery, picking himself up after that big moment in race 1 in France as well. Couldn't line up in race 2, so good to see him back. But Hurlings in gate 1, Prado gate 2, Fernandez gate 3, Koldenhoff gate 4, Jeremy Seewer on the opposite side, look about 5 gates in from the outside, lining up for his 100th Grand Prix start, 172nd consecutive start as well for the number 91. Fly Racing, 15-second board up for the first time today here in Latvia. Wow, this one's going to be a good one, I think. The two title challengers in gates 1 and 2 over on that right-hand side. It's about 95 meters down to turn 1. Who will it be that grabs that all-important foxhole shot? Well, Prado gets the better of Hurlings immediately, and we got carnage again through the first turn. It's Benoit Pacharel who goes down. But it's Jorge Prado who grabs the foxhole shot for the 7th time this year. Fernandez behind him in second. Good recovery, holding a nice tight line through turn 1 for Jeffrey Hurlings in third. For Calvin Verlanderen in 5th place. Gets the better of Ferrato immediately. So he moves into 4th. Great position to be for Verlanderen. Koldenhoff in 6, Lupino 7, Bogas 8, Jazduskas 9, Van Donnik 10, Osland, Seewer, Fevre 13, Shaleka 14, Jeri Havisto 15, then Watson, Spies, Tomcock, Ruziorg, and Albin Gerhardsen. Evans in 23rd place. Guillaume, probably one of the riders that went down, or Jacoby in that first turn with Benoit Pacharel. Couldn't quite see, just focused on the rider that was slowest to get up there, and that was Benoit Pacharel. Right, Verlanderen having a look at the inside of Hurlings in the early stages of this first race. Follows, oh, that was nice, wasn't it? Just pick the front end up, drop it down to the side. I'm sure Verlanderen would have seen that as well and might try that next time around. Fernandez, though, under pressure, under attack from Hurlings and Verlanderen. Prado trying to do a disappearing act. Oh, Hurlings not taking any prisoners, not wasting time. Charges up the inside of Fernandez and into second. Game on, folks. Verlanderen looking for a way past the Spaniard as well. He wants to get into 3rd and join the party. Ejedo still there in 5th in the bright yellow. Good job it's high vis, because it is a little bit cloudy out here today. Spot sight stands out a mile away. Through the first turn. Not sure Benoit Pacharel rejoined the race, hasn't gone through any of the sectors. Over the line for the first time then, Prado, 2:02.4, 2:02.6 Hurlings. The gap 1.2 as they hit the line. Fernandez 3rd, Verlanderen, Ferrato, Koldenhoff, Bogas up to 7, Fevre up to 8, Lupino and Van Donnik have been pushed back a couple of positions as Bogas on the standing construct Honda goes through, taking Fevre with him. Evans up to 20th place now behind Hardy Ruziorg. Be interesting to see what happens here then. Fernandez under pressure from Calvin Verlanderen, the Gebben Van Venray Yamaha rider. 6th in the championship before we arrived here. Stays 6th in the championship, but he's got his sights set on the factory Honda, Team HRC. Ruben Fernandez, still the lone rider under the HRC tent. Or the fishbowl, if you like, that they bring to the races now, so many of these teams. Ferrato under pressure from the 259 of Koldenhoff. these two are going to be fighting over 5th place. Taking a lap or so just to settle down. There's Brian Bogers in blue. He's got the green, number 3 of Roman Fevre behind him in 8th place. Koldenhoff opts for an outside line. Doesn't want to follow if he doesn't have to. Watson there in the background as well in the high vis, just coming into view now, bottom of the screen. Ben Watson, MRT beater. Big hit there from Koldenhoff down the inside of Ferrato. Got better speed down past pit lane and then ran it down the inside, and has lost not 1 but 2 positions. May get one back here though on the run to the finish line, and does. Koldenhoff up to 5th, Ferrato just about hanging on to 6th. Fevre going past Bogers whilst all that was happening as well. Albi Ferrato then with his hands full. Fevre will try to stay a little bit lower. Drag race between the SM Action KTM and the factory Kawasaki. Not a lot in it down that back straight. Brian Bogers just there in the background, look. He's losing touch with these two. Rider down. Over on the far side there. Fevre just trying to light up the back end. Those hard, slick surfaces suit him down to a T, you know. Not able to find his way past Ferrato at the moment, though. Meanwhile, Prado, last time around, fastest lap of the race, 2:01.03, 2 seconds clear of Hurlings. We've always known about Prado's sand riding skills, having been based in Belgium for so many years. Here he is, the Red Bull Gas rider. Take Benoit Paturel. Right, Paturel, middle of the gate on the left, number 6. Just gets... Oh, wow, hit from behind or just too much back brake, but flung down the straight into that first turn, and that was Valentin Guillot down there as well. But Jorge Prado with the foxhole shot for the 7th time this year. Hurlings, though, half a second quicker for the fastest lap that time around. That's the gap between 1st and 2nd. Then Fernandez about 3 seconds further back, 2.8. You want to be pedantic about it. He's just shaken off Valandren for now. There he is, about another 1.5 seconds or so. Adrift in 4th place on the number 10. Ferrato still managing to contain Roman Fevre. Fevre in 7th place. Just wondering if that's Brent Van Donnick down at the side of the track, you know, because he's only done 1 lap. There's a couple of red jackets round there as well. But Van Donnick, sorry, Valandren, is he just regrouping here? Did he make a couple of mistakes to allow Fernandez just to, because they were about 2 or 3 tenths apart over the line in terms of lap time last time around? 32.0, 31.4, 32.2, 33, yeah, so he lost about 8 tenths, sector 2. He's pulling it back though, a couple of tenths here and there. Sector 3. Hasn't made the podium yet this year, but has been 5th on 3 occasions overall. Would love to leave Latvia on any one of the 3 steps this weekend, I'm sure. Right, there's Koldenhoff. So Koldenhoff lurking in 5th position. The factory Yamaha, the Monster Energy Yamaha of Koldenhoff. Where is Siwa? He's up into 8th. He's found his way past Brian Bogus. And all of a sudden, we've got a game on here. We've got a race on because Prado has been caught by Hurlings. It was 1.3 as they hit the line a minute ago. Nicely wheeling over that little dip. Had a fine race, he said in the post-race interview. Jeffrey Hurlings. Either way, Jorge Prado did not let him off the hook, kept him on his toes, kept him honest the whole 20+2. Nicely through the waves. Gap back out to 2 seconds. But the Red Bull Gas versus the Red Bull Jorge Prado arrived here 24 points clear. Started the race 23 ahead. Be out to 26 if it stays like this. But will there be a mid-race, late race charge? Davide De Carli looking on as Prado goes through. Team manager for the Red Bull Gas team. Swinging out onto the start straight here. Ruben Fernandez still around about 3.7 seconds behind Hurlings. He's there in 3rd place. Still keeping Valandrin at bay as well, but just dancing around here. Nicely done through there for Prado. Find a rut. Easy on the gas through there because it's very juttery. Very hard as well. Quite slick, that corner after the finish line. Oh, nice. I was stood there in the free practice and the time practice yesterday, just where he just bounced his way through, just wheelie and then let the bike hit a couple of holes, pre-jump through. Looking good at the moment. Definitely making Hurlings think about his next move. Down there in pit lane, look. KTM at the bottom, Gas on top. Watching exactly the same images that we're watching. The gap still hovering around 2.5 seconds between these two. What point does Hurlings decide to pull the trigger? Is the trigger? Ah, oh, nice. I want to see that again, actually, because he seemed to double his way onto the top of the into the corner there, didn't he? 5 laps complete. We're on lap 6. Working our way towards the end of this 6th lap. 31-2, 31-0, sector 1. This is for Prado and Hurlings, respectively. 32-8, 32-5, 27-2, 26-6. Fastest sector of the race. This will be a gap that's coming down between Prado and Hurlings as they hit the line at the end of lap 6. Roman Febvre still trying to latch on and find his way past. The gap less than 2 seconds now between the Spaniard and the Dutchman as Hurlings dancing around on that Kawasaki. Rider down in the turn after the finish. Either the right or the left. Flags are in, so we're all good. Koldenhoff looks like he's closing in on Valandrin ever so slightly as well. But Alberto Ferrato, great to see him back at the sharp end here in this 6th position. Just lost the front there through there, though. Febvre just getting hung up on a couple of braking bumps on the face of the jump there. Koldenhoff slowly inching his way towards the number 3. See him pop up in the background. There he is. Right. Are we going to see the pass here? Yes or no? Outside, inside. Ferrato still hangs on. but will this... Say that inside line over on the left where Febvre was, but he just messes up completely. That's going to bring Koldenhoff into play, surely. Not quite. Koldenhoff has about 3 seconds. In fact, it's Seawer in the background, isn't it? Yeah, because Koldenhoff's there ahead of him. Seawer just closing in. There he is, number 91, look. Right, Jeffrey Hurlings has made a big mistake here, hasn't he? Met the yellow flags before. Did he tip over? Yeah, it was him that went down. We saw those yellow flags, but by the time they came through the line for Arto and everybody else, so all of a sudden, a rare mistake in the sand for the bullet. There's Prado, and the gap now, 6.6 seconds. So if there is beast mode, it needs to be activated now. If there is go time, he needs to go now. But something tells me, at the moment, he's just maybe not feeling it here. A venue where he's had 12 race wins and 6 overall victories. Was under pressure all during the qualifying race on Saturday. Arm pump or no arm pump. And he's made a mistake now, maybe just pushing to challenge Prado. Right, Koldenhoff. 5th position, closing in on Valandren. Done well to bridge this gap, hasn't he? And then just see top of the screen there, Seawer. Fernandez, just the other side of the jump. He's only a couple seconds shy now of Hurlings after that mistake from the Dutchman. Still favouring the outside line. Koldenhoff, Frato there, then Febvre, then Seawer. Seawer has done a real good job closing in on the Frenchman, Romain Febvre, as they arrive at turn 1 now. Calvin Valandren. It's kind of in a little bit of no man's land, if you know what I mean. Got about 3 seconds to Fernandez, and Ferrato about another 3 seconds further back, so he's kind of the awkward man in the middle there. Let's go back to Ferrato, Febvre and Seawer. See what's happening there, 6th, 7th, 8th. See how gnarly the track is starting to become. Choppy braking bumps, then loamy parts as well, edgy bumps, high speed, choppy bumps into the faces of the jumps as well. So there's Valandren, there's the Hoff. Lap times between those two last time around, half a second in it. Valandren quicker than the 2:59 here on that lap. Febvre getting close to Ferrato again in the background as they jump through the waves. And he's looking to make a move up the inside. Comes in the land, he's going to cut back. Yes, he is. He may have a better line as well, better drive. There you go. Febvre finally into 6th place. And a nervous look over the shoulder there from Ferrato suggests that Seawer will be coming through pretty quickly as well, into 7th. There you go, right on cue. So Febvre now 6, Seawer 7, Ferrato down to 8. Clear track all of a sudden for Romain Febvre. What can he do now that he has it? We've got 11 minutes plus 2 to go. MXGP race 1 here at Latvia, Kegums. Febvre's lap time last time around, 2:04.1. About a tenth slower than Siwa. Siwa there, number 91. Big first turn crash for him yesterday. You see the actual live image from, shot from the first turn. You see him kind of just clip the elbow of Brent Van Donink. That locks his front brake on. Pulls the stoppie down the straight. So the brake unconnects itself, and then he just had a bit of a tank slapper. By then he's out of control, got hit left, right and centre over the bars. Took out about 4 or 5 riders in the process. Mistake there from Siwa. Just came in heavy. Cased the jump at the end of the straight. And a mistake there from Febvre as well. But although he did manage to salvage that, styled it. Well covered. Right, Ferrato now just happy to be sitting there in 8th place. Boger's about 9 seconds further back in 9th. Osland 10th for JWR. It's a good ride for Osland, actually. Then we got Lupino and Watson, the 2 beta, the MRT racing riders, locked together in 11th and 12th, although 6 seconds apart. Then we got Havisto, Jacobi, Tom Cox, Spies, Valentin Guillot, Mitch Evans in 18th, Hardy Ruziorg and Tano Leo. Whoa, that berm right at the thin end. How that didn't just collapse under the weight of the bike, and Romain Febvre just nailing it. Ten laps complete. Febvre at 2:03.6, so he is responding because Siwa 2:04.2. So Febvre going after Koldenhoff. That gap now 4 seconds between the Kawasaki and the Yamaha man ahead of him. Down there in pit lane, Kawasaki and Yamaha, because Febvre sandwiched between Koldenhoff and Siwa. So we'll have a go at the end of this straight here. Siwa did case. Switches to the inside this time around. Just goes to show how, there you go, there's that improvisation. Just goes to show how tough motocross is. If it was easy, everybody would do it, we'd be doing it. It's not easy to win a Grand Prix. Siwa on top in France. First turn crash yesterday, having to start at a disadvantage over on the far left-hand side of the gate. Finds himself in 7th position here. Valandrin is being caught as they drop onto the start straight. Here he is. So the number 10, Calvin Valandrin, Kevin van Ven Rooij, Yamaha. See Koldenhoff just taking a shorter route through instead of following that berm that's getting wider and wider to the outside. Yeah, see, somebody has been through the berm there, look. Or just that one might have been Febvre's rear wheel a lap ago. When he rode his luck through there, he really did. So the Hoff going after Valandrin. 2:04.07, 2:03.45. Febvre, his fastest lap of the race, 2:02.6. And a 2:02.4, fastest lap for Siwa as well of his race. So he's latching on to Febvre. Bit of a kick there for Koldenhoff. Bit too much airtime for him. Yeah, that's nice, isn't it? The way they just picked the front wheel up over that little dip just before the crest. We are going to be getting a grandstand finish here, because Hurlings has got the gap down to 3.9 seconds now. 2:03.3, 2:01.2. Prado, Hurlings respectively. 6 minutes plus 2 laps to go. There's still time, but how much energy is he having to spend to get there? As Koldenhoff down the inside of Valanderen, not able to find a way through though. This might just play into the hands of Roman Febvre in the background, who is closing in on this battle for these two. This is where Kelvin Valanderen crashed yesterday, through that high-speed right, cross-rutted, spammed himself into the face of the takeoff. Was slow to get up, but he did get up. Right, Koldenhoff regrouping. Looks over the shoulder for the first time. Sees Febvre closing in on him. Knows he has to get a hurry on, and all of a sudden 3.9 seconds down to nothing, because Hurlings has got Prado right in his sights again. "12 laps complete, a 2:03.03, a 2-minute 0.8, and all of a sudden we're down to 1.7 seconds as Koldenhoff closes right in. Oh, a little bit lucky through there though, bouncing offline. Closes in on Valanderen. Looks to show a wheel. Not able to go through. Febvre 2.5 seconds behind these two now. A second lap quicker as well in the 2:03s. Can't afford to waste any more time behind Valanderen. He's tried insides, he's now going to try outsides at the end of the straight. Will he switch it back? He comes across to the right-hand side. Is he going to line up the move here, or he's going to have to hit the brakes hard? Does that. Right, inside, and then he'll switch. Is this going to be the line for the pass? Yes, it is, but he's not able to execute. Valanderen still hasn't seen that cheeky little line, has he? Oh, bar to bar. Valanderen looks across, he tries to defend, but the elbow is out. Koldenhoff goes through into fourth. "10 out of 10 though for the number 10 for trying to defend. Prado has responded, fastest sector 1 of the race. 30.5, 3/10 quicker than Hurlings. 32.3, 32.1, another 10th pulled back by the Bullet. 26.9, 26.6, another couple of tenths more pulled back by the 84. 3 minutes plus 2 to go. Is he going to run out of time? And will he be kicking himself for that silly mistake in the next left-hander through here a few laps ago? The gap 1.7 seconds. A perfect race so far for Prado. But he knows he's about to get attacked. Oh, too much clutch there. He was a little untidy through there. Fans are on their feet down the back straight here. Loving every minute of this battle between Jorge Prado, two-time MX2 world champion, 37-time Grand Prix winner, and Jeffrey Hurlings, 5-time world champion, 102 Grand Prix victories now. And the speed and the commitment are all there on display as the Bullet gets closer and closer to Prado. Getting ready to attack him here as well. Outside line for him, outside-inside combo. Always going to get squeezed there unless he was closer on the way in. And this time, he makes no mistake. He runs it up the inside of Prado. Shades of Hurlings and Cairoli there a couple of years ago. But the Bullet leads on lap 14. Watch this here. Gets out of the turn early, straight lines, drifts his way down the inside, and Prado hard on the brakes. case he wondered, we had his answer. Hurlings ain't messing around. And all of a sudden, when he hits the line with a 2-minute 0.9 compared to the 2:04.2, he's turned 1.7 to a 1.5 advantage. Here's Valandren under attack from the number 3, Romain Febvre. So the Frenchman gaining ground on the South African ahead of him in 5th place. Can he hang on, though? So Hurlings leads, Prado 2nd, Ruben Fernandez 3rd. Koldenhoff 4th, about 9 seconds behind Ruben Fernandez. Hoff, Valandren and Febvre from above. See, we're 2.5 further back. Just coming into view in the background there. You can see that cheeky line there, look. Everybody's pretty much onto it now, even CV10. Bouncing his way through the end of the waves there, Febvre. Getting closer. And Valandren will really sense the heat from behind as well. 2 laps to go, though, for Hurlings. Untidy through the turn after the finish line that time around, though. But he does hold a 4-second advantage now. Commitment here from Romain Febvre late on in this race. Through that final left towards the Monster Energy finish line. Valandren 2:05.4, similar to Febvre. Just saw a flash there of Siwa. It's about 1.9 further back. So 2 laps to go. Doesn't look like he's going to involve himself in this battle here. It depends how much Febvre kind of gets desperate here, if you like. Will he make a 1-lap board? The Red Bull KTM, middle of the screen, working his way back towards us in orange. See the gap between him and Prado. Here's Ruben Fernandez. Haven't seen too much of the HRC man in the retro 1992 get up and go Fox barbed wire issue. Seems to be all the rage this weekend, doesn't it? Both sides of the Atlantic. But Ruben Fernandez going to be strengthening his grip on 3rd place. You remember he tied on points with Romain Febvre coming in this weekend, but Fernandez finished 3rd in the qualifying race. Febvre 5th, so gained a couple of points, and he's 3rd in the race, so he's going to pull a few more back now as well. 7 points in it between those two as they head into race 2. Jorge Prado had 14 laps at the head of the field. Before Jeffrey Hurlings came through 2 laps ago, 3 laps ago now. But this is how Hurlings got his way to the front. Down the inside, forceful move, it had to be early on. Ruben Fernandez feeling the wrath of the bullet there. And then around the outside, inside combination. Took Prado to the bank. The Spaniard had to hit the brakes right there. Didn't even look back. Knew the pass was done. Handful of corners to go then for the number 84. Despite that little mistake, that little tip over. Not sure if, I mean, was he comfortable at the start of the race, those first few laps? Because it always looked like Prado was just, you know, the stronger of the two, let's say, just a little bit more comfortable. It seemed like after that mistake, it kind of woke him up, possibly. But either way, Jeffrey Herlings is going to cross the line in Latvia, race 1, his 5th race win of the season. He'll gain 3 points on the championship leader. Jorge Prado over the line in second. Here's Ruben Fernandez. Good solid ride for the Spaniard who was on the podium here last year. Halfway to achieving the goal again this year. Koldenhoff crossed the line in 4th place. And then Verlanderen did hang on for 5th, edging out Roman Fevre.